Hey, how's it going? I'm Annalise. Today I have a little bit of a different video. The reason today's video is going to be a little bit different is because I am making a shirt currently. Today is the 21st of November, and the reason I am filming this now, and it's probably going to be going up quite a while later, is the thing I am making today is actually going to be a gift for my friend who lives overseas. So I currently live in Australia and one of my best friends lives in Sweden. And I have decided to finally put together all the stuff that I have bought for her throughout the year to send to her for Christmas. The other thing that I'm doing is I am making her a custom shirt to send over to her as well. Because I sew so much, I know this is going to be a really easy shirt to make, but I'm going to take you through the whole process of it. Now, I am really excited about this. I think it's going to be really fun to do. I'm making a really daggy Australia themed button-up shirt. The fabric I have has been lying around for a while and I've been trying to figure out what to make with it, and I have been always going to make something and send it to my friend in Sweden, but I just don't know what to make. After talking to some people, I've decided to make a button-up shirt just because I honestly don't know what else to make with this. For some leftovers, I might try and think of something else to make with it. For now, I'm just going with a button-up shirt. So the fabric that I have is a very daggy print. Now it is, I think, semi-vintage because I have inherited this fabric from a family member. Like you hear most of my other videos, I inherit most of my fabric from family members, which is really easy for me because it makes all my projects really cheap to make, but also means that they are very delicate because I don't know how long they have been sitting in one spot for. For a pattern, I am using a free printed pattern that I found on the internet, which I will link below. This pattern is from Patterns by Mood. I've just printed off the front and the back pieces of this along with the collar. First, I cut out all of my pattern pieces onto the fabric. With that, I have two front pieces, a back piece, a collar stand, a collar, and my two sleeves. So I start off by sewing both of my sleeves together straight down the sides. Next, I sew the darts into the front of the shirt. After that, I sew straight down the sides, joining the front pieces to the back piece. For this, I decided to try and use some bias binding to just clean up the edges on the inside of the shirt. I found this for really cheap, so would recommend trying to use some because it worked really well. I just cut 2 lengths to the side of my side seams. To pin the bias on, all I did was fold out one of the sides and pin it right side to the wrong side of my fabric, which is really confusing to me for some reason. It's taken me forever to be able to even just say that sentence. Oh my lord. Anyway, I basically did that along the whole 2 sides and then sewed along it, flipped the bias over, and then sewed along it again. That ended up working really well for me, and it ended up going from looking like something like this with all of the seams and everything showing to looking like this, which is all nice and neat. Next, I did my sleeve, which I just ended up hemming, folding over 3 times. And then I ended up sewing really close to the edge, and it gives it a really nice and neat look once finished. Then I'm moving on to the center of my shirt. For this, I'm just basically hemming it down the middle. I have put interfacing in for when I do put buttons and buttonholes in, just to make it that little bit sturdier. Then it is the collar. This is the part which I just dreaded the most. It was so terrible and I had no idea what I was doing. I just started with interfacing and I ended up trying to follow a tutorial that I found that didn't really work. I did the collar like I normally do, just sewing right sides together along the edges and then cut off the corner so when it's flipped around it looks a lot nicer. Then I sewed the collar stand right sides together, but also with the collar in between it, and then top stitched across that to make it look nice and neat. Then ended up putting it onto the shirt, which took me forever to do, so I recommend finding a tutorial because it was basically torture, and oh my goodness, please help me. But I ended up doing it, then top stitch across it, and it looked really good, and this is what the shirt ended up looking like. Hello, welcome back. It is currently 2020 now. I sent out my package for my friend that included a shirt that I made in this video in November, and it finally arrived for her a little bit after Christmas, just before New Year's. So still technically a Christmas gift. I was very, very happy with how this shirt came out. I was really happy about the fact that she liked it. When she got it, she didn't even realize that I had made it. I mean, me looking at it, I could tell, because to me there was a lot of flaws in finishings, but to her, she was just really pleased and happy to be able to get it. As I said before, I was really, really happy with how everything turned out with this. So hopefully I can make another button-up shirt again. It was the first one that I had ever made, and it was just a free pattern off the internet, so I was very, very pleased with it. That is all. If you like sewing, stick around because I still have multiple more videos to be going up. But thanks for watching. Thank you for watching, and I would really appreciate it if you could click one of the buttons. I know there's like a few buttons, and if you could click one, that would be really cool. But thank you, and I will see you in the next video, hopefully whenever that is. Bye. How is this? Does this sound okay? I don't know if this does sound okay, but does it sound okay? I have no idea.